Okay, so this is our, what type of laser is it?
It's an X-Tool.
X-Tool S1 laser engraver, our diode laser engraver. And I'm going to start going over some of the parts and then how we might run a job on here. This is really important. Tomorrow you guys will be taking a safety quiz over this. So study up and make sure you're taking good notes. And then once you get a 100%, we're going to start
100%?
printing on it as soon as possible. Yep, just like most of the other
Did
things.
just finish all of his notes?
So,
I finished two.
one more to add to it, but everybody will be taking it at the same time. Alrighty, so here inside we have our laser module.
Whoa.
So this will move around and be referring to often. This is our laser module. So
That's
go
burnt.
ahead and write that down in your packets. Have some fill in the blanks
Where?
there. Yep. It's our laser module. Here we have our base plate. It has a bit of a honeycomb pattern.
How do I
This is
spell
where
that?
all of our
I think it's
material will
white
sit. Carter, try your best.
What's it called?
Try your best, we can go over it later. This will be our base plate. So our base plate is where the materials will sit that we will engrave.
It's that little.
Which little, this part? This small part here is our distance center. So it looks like a little sensor, sorry, distance sensor. This will go down and touch our material to calculate the height, so it'll auto-calibrate the height of our material. It does look like a little needle, so be careful when you're moving this. Just make sure you're kind of grabbing it from the top there. I would not touch that. That's gonna mess it up, mess up the calibration. So just when you're moving around the laser module, hold on to the top part. Try not to touch the distance center because it has wiggled on me so far. Here is our button and our annular indicator, which is
It's already written down.
Here.
You still have to write it.
you know you're fine.
It's like putting an arrow.
So we have our button and our annular indicator. Some lasers have a display screen that you can tap on and tell it to complete the function. This button will do everything for us. So we'll mainly be working with the software on our laptops and then using the button from there. The annular indicator on the bottom of that page shows some different things that it completes. So if it is solid purple, what does it mean it's doing?
Purple. Oh wait. Oh,
Standby connected to software via Wi-Fi.
Yep, so if this is lighting up purple, it's connected by Wi-Fi.
It has to connect to Wi-Fi.
If it is blue, the task is paused, so those are some important ones to note. If it is red and blinking, this thing will start buzzing. It'll tell you what's going on. If it starts buzzing big time, that means a flame is detected. So that is a pretty big deal. We'll go over how to all that. So the other things,
That was the red button.
yes, this is our emergency stop.
Under
So Carter
that.
called out the last one. Here on the side is our e-stop, our emergency stop. And that is all the parts there, correct?
Yes.
Awesome. Cool. Okay, moving on. So go ahead and flip the page. I am going to run you guys through how to complete an operation on this. So to power the laser engraver, you will toggle the power switch, which is on the back of the laser. It is on the back right. So you'll just toggle that. And as soon as you turn your laser on, the next thing I want you to think is to turn on the air filtration or ventilation system. Refer to it as either the ventilation system or the air filtration. So what do we do once we turn this on? Turn on the air. I want to hear it one more time. What do we do once we turn this on?
Turn on the air.
Turn on the air.
Located
the
by the-
air is located by the office door. So there's this little black button right here.
As long as you
Door.
can do it.
And we are going to click it a few times. You'll see there's some little LEDs in there. You want to click it until it's nearly almost on, so maybe missing one dot, missing one or two dots, and you're going to start to hear it running through this pipe and into the back of the laser. This will be used to suck out some of the fogginess, some of the smokiness within the laser. And to make sure it is powered on, Mr. Wester has it, we will be keeping this closed closed for the most part since this hooks up to the roof and there might be something that falls down it. So to keep it from getting clogged, we're going to close this. So as soon as you
It still
turn
could
it
get
on,
clogged.
you'll open up the tray, just like you would with any of the other tools. So as soon as we turn the laser on, we do what?
Turn on your filter on.
Turn on the air. Okay, so we always need to make sure that's on before we start running it. Okay, so from here we're going to open up the lid and we're going to prepare our material. So Zach, do you mind grabbing that walnut sheet of plywood?
Open lid.
The walnut sheet. Let's do the one with the holes already in it. One more above. That one, yeah, it's going to be a small print, so it'll be fine.
This is the one.
So we are going to go ahead and stick in our material. This is 3/16 inch walnut plywood. Something to keep in mind as we run this. So we're going to place it in there, ensure it is flat, ensure it is secure, and then ensure that our laser module is not going to hit anything. So sometimes you'll have materials that'll be curved up in there, and then as this is running, it could bump into it. You want to make sure it's flat. For this project, for this unit, you will be using all flat plywood.
Whoa.
So that shouldn't be too much of a concern, but something to keep in mind later. So I'm going to open up X-Tool Studio. Sorry, Carson. I'm going to open up X-Tool Studio, and I want you guys to all try and see. I know it's one little laptop that we're looking at. But we are going to go ahead and connect our computer via USB or Wi-Fi. So the way you do that is the top right. It says X-Tool S1 40 watt. There's like these two little arrows next to each other, and you'll click on that. And then you should be able to connect to Wi-Fi, which we'll set up each of you guys' laptops.
I don't know if
later.
we'll be able to.
We'll see. We're going to do it on the laptops,
Oh.
not your Chromebooks. So we should be able to. And if you can, we have a USB right here. So yet again, we're connecting via USB or Wi-Fi.
Does that laser burn through skin?
I don't want to try it. Good question. I do not want to try it.
Can I try it?
Okay, so yet again, we just clicked switch the device, connect device to turn that on. It looks like it's ready. It says ready Wi-Fi. I'm gonna click off of here. So just to double check, it says ready with a little green button right next to our X tool on the laptop. From here, we're gonna select our material. Like I said earlier, this is 3/16 inch thick walnut plywood, but there isn't a setting pre-imported in here for that, so we're going to use a 1/4 inch walnut plywood, and we're going to turn down the power. So we're from here. I already have my little coin in here. Let's see. How's our bell tower again? Guess I like bell towers today. We have our coin, and we're going to ensure that each layer is doing the right thing. So if we pass these around, what is the function of the bell tower? What do you guys think that function might be? It's what?
Tell time.
What is the laser process or function?
I don't want it.
Engraving, yep, so gauge set engraving. So our bell tower is engraved. We also cut out that circular piece from our there. And lastly, there's another function you can use, score. Does anyone know what score does?
Really outline
A light shadow
Outline.
line through the surface that does not go all the way through the material.
Yes, okay. So that will cut down some time. Instead of engraving it, when you engrave, you're going back and forth real fast to slowly burn through layers.
He bent my paper.
Scoring will just complete the engraving, the recessed area, but it will, I don't know how to explain this. Instead of moving back and forth fast, it'll follow it, like it'll move on its axis to complete the function. You'll see it in a second. I'm sorry, that
That's
wasn't
not
a
my
great.
paper. That's not my
that's
paper.
hers.
This is my paper. So A for 5 is score. Carter called that one. Scoring is a light, shallow line, passes around, burned into the surface that does not go all the way through the material. You You guys can choose if you want to use this. I'm not using this on my coin. Engraving is removing the top layer, and cutting is using enough power to go through the material.